Good morning, everyone. Drinking some tea this morning. Some nice, warm green tea this time. All right. You know I'm a sci-fi buff, and I remember watching Lost in Space and Forbidden Planet. Both of them had robots in them. Very crude, and there was a person inside of both of them. And they used to play around with the one on Lost in Space. Sometimes they wouldn't get them out. And they do the same thing with the ones on Star Wars and all the other ones. Anyone that had a little person in them, they play around with them. But I remember the robot, and of course, the robot didn't talk. There's a voice actor doing the bit. You know, warning, 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 Will Robinson. You know. Well, that's what they thought technology would do for us. But we do need to be warning. We need to have something up there telling us what's going on. Our times are not getting better. They may appear to for a little while. We had a, quote, peace plan or a ceasefire. Gaza broke it today. They don't want a ceasefire. They do want, they're in a complete agreement with Israel. They want a one-state solution. Them. Get rid of the Jews and give the Muslims all of Israel. Israel doesn't want to do that. They want to get rid of the Muslims and take over all their land, including, frankly, the land that God promised them from the beginning. Because they don't have it all. Now, if you had a time machine, another great sci-fi movie that I liked, called The Time Machine. H.G. Wells wrote the story, good sci-fi writer. The one that I like is the one that was done in, I don't know, 60s, 70s, maybe even the 50s. It was color, but barely. And I like some of the scenery, the green scenery where he's going through the trees and stuff and he gets into the future. That was filmed on the UCLA campus. All that ivy was where they were filming at. The rest of it's matte paintings and interior shots, but very well done. They got awards for it, and I like it. And of course, they had that time machine replica built, and they had it in the Big Bang Theory. Okay, enough rabbit trails. But the bottom line is if you had a time machine, and let's say you could only go back, not forward, would you go back in time and warn people? Warning, this is going to be a bad war. Try to avoid it. Or preemptively strike so you can get the upper hand early. Or assassinate this world leader who's going to create the problem. What if Hitler were killed when he was younger? Now, these are hypothetical situations. So I'm not saying that we should do this or can do this or would it be nice if we can do this. The point of the matter is, if you could warn the people of the Titanic before they got on board, you'd be rich beyond belief if you could get the rich people that died on that ship not to get on it. Because it would still sink, and these rich people would thank you generously for helping them. Same with the Hindenburg. The Hindenburg was full of rich people. That wasn't common man's transportation. So what if you could go back and warn them? Well, guess what? We have our own time machine. It's called the Bible. Now, a lot of it's already happened, but some of it's still in the future. And we know it. The whole world doesn't know it. The whole world's oblivious. So we've got the Bible that we can talk about. and tell them about it. Maybe we can't convince them of the step-by-step that's going to happen in the future, but maybe we can convince them that Jesus is the only way to heaven and get them to accept it. Because if they accept it, then the future is already written, and it's good. As all of us Christians know, our future is good. We're written in the book of life, so we're going to be around forever. But the rest of the world doesn't know. So if you can't get them to pick the right side now, get them to pick the right Savior now. Either way, it will help their future. And then if you get them to pick the right side, they may be appreciative and willing to listen to you when you tell them to pick the right Savior. Okay. Now, again, I'm not arguing any of this. This is all hypothetical. But to apply it to today, how would you deal with warning people if you knew the future was bleak? So, we're just going to look at a quick reference here of what the future is going to look like. There's more in here that we could look at, but this is just the immediate part. Jesus talking. And this is on the Olivet Discourse part of Matthew 24:6. And you will hear of wars and rumors of wars. We have so many wars going on around the world right now. It's impossible not to acknowledge them. See that you're not troubled, for all these things must occur, but the end is not yet. For nation will rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. Well, we've had a lot of that. Some say this is stuff that's happened in the past. Maybe it is. But maybe it just keeps repeating. History seems to repeat itself. So it covers all times. And there will be famines and pestilence. We already know about that. And earthquakes in different places, diverse places. We're getting a lot of earthquakes. The Philippines just had enough, 3 or 4 or 5 in the series, 5 or 6 of that Richter scale. It's enough to cause problems. Matthew 24:8. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Sorrows referring to the beginning of childbirth. Knowing that, now we're talking about childbirth, not gestation, childbirth. The ending of the child just before he's born can get rather traumatic. And that's what it's being compared to. And they will deliver you up to be afflicted and will kill you. They're not killing Christians and Jews in the United States, but they are in Africa. China just abducted a bunch of people along with their Bibles. So there's places in the world where Christians and Jews are not welcome. They will kill you, and you will be hated by all nations for my name's sake. So essentially he's talking about Christians here, but we're adopted into the Jewish family, into the chosen people family, I guess I should say. So they're related, and we all go through the same thing. And then many will be offended. This last 5 years, everybody was offended by everything. Chaos. It's the number one way to get away with what you want to do, and you can find it in Mein Kampf. They've been doing a good job. That's their handbook. That's the socialist handbook. Hitler used it. He wrote it. Many will be offended and will betray one another and will hate one another. Many false prophets will arise and deceive many. Be careful who you listen to. I've been watching videos lately that they say, as a disclaimer, this was created via AI, and I can't tell the difference. Now, I've seen some things that are obvious AI stuff. I saw one with a commercial airliner coming in, and the front wheels were off, but it had the stub coming down, and they were able to come around and catch up with the back of a pickup truck and put it in the bed of the pickup. That's fake. It could never handle that. Oh, I'm going to have indigestion today. One of the problems about having pizza for dinner is you get to have pizza for breakfast. Warmed up pizza. It was good this morning, but it's going to get to me. So I better finish this up. Verse 12, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many will become cold. The falling away, the great falling away. But he who endures till the end, the same shall be kept safe. God will protect you to get you through this. But you have to do your part. Stay close to him. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be proclaimed in all the world as a witness to all nations. That's our job. God will be right there with you every step of the way. None of this is to be done on our own. But he's given us a job, and just like you walk a little child across the street, he's doing the same with us to make sure we get there safely. But we got to walk across the street. And then the end shall come. That's what we're waiting on. We're waiting on this part to finish. Then those of us that believe in a pre-trib rapture believe that we will be pulled out of here. That will allow Satan and his demons free run. And of course, we know what they did the last 4 or 5 years, pre-Trump, and what they tried to do even during Trump, and what they did before Trump. Trump's been the only good president in the last I don't even care for the Bushes that much. They were progressive, just not as far gone. They were the entry-level socialists. We have to go all the way back to Reagan to get a good president again. Trump's going to go down in his court as being just as good as he was. Caring about the people and wanting to do the right thing and being transparent about it. All right. Warning, warning. Go tell everybody. Warning. It's about to turn nasty. And I pray we're out of here soon enough. Till we meet in the clouds. God bless.